Welcome, yeah.
That's orange. One
I
second.
can't keep it secret.
Welcome to the Reality Runners podcast.
Hi, I'm Addison. My TikTok is addison.shift777. I'm 16. I have not successfully shifted, but I have mini shifted a couple of times. My main DRs are Hogwarts, Golden Trio era, Stranger Things, and Outer Banks. I have many more, but those are like my main ones.
Okay, so I'm Riley. My TikTok is Wild Thorns, but the O is a 0. I'm 17. I have mini shifted twice, and my main DRs are Hogwarts. I have two Hogwarts ones, and Sam and Colby, and some other one. Marvel. There we go.
So I'm Katie. My TikTok is wife to Robin Buckley, except the 2 is the actual number 2. I'm 17. I have not shifted. I mini shifted on like one of my first ever tries of shifting like 2 years ago. And my main DRs are probably my Marauders DR, MCU DR. I'm trying to think, and probably Stranger Things, along with my parent DR.
I'm Darian. My TikTok is LessShifter444. I haven't shifted before, but I've gotten really close. And my main DRs are my Hogwarts DR, my Influencer DR, and my Fan DR.
Okay, now I guess we can talk about what this podcast will look like and how many episodes will be a week.
So this podcast will be about shifting, of course. It's gonna be like questions you guys have, talking about like our experiences or our DRs, just shifting in general, I guess. And we want to at least get 2 episodes out a week.
So what will we do on this podcast? I wonder.
Oh my gosh.
God, it's not like it's in the title.
We're gonna run.
We're gonna run. We're gonna run
away from reality.
Far away.
That's what we're doing.
So I guess where can you find this podcast?
You can find it on TikTok, of course, which is probably where you heard of it in the first place.
Yeah.
On YouTube and on Spotify.
And what will our having guests look like? I wonder.
So having guests will be like, they'll come on, we'll introduce them, make them feel welcomed. I guess we'll talk about if they've experienced anything, talk about their experience. If they haven't, talk about like their journey and everything. Give them tips, like talk about our journey to them. I guess just like chat about shifting.
Like probably like, and any time in general, it'll probably like, even if we don't have a guest, there will probably be story times and stuff like this is us. Okay. What is shifting and how do you do it?
That's question.
A good question. Draco talk. Draco talk is the answer.
It's always the answer.
You had to be there. You had to be there in 2020. But honestly, let's pull it up.
No, honestly, it's just getting in like a meditated, calm state, and keyword calm. You have to be very calm, and just getting your subconscious mind from this reality body to another one in wherever you want.
Exactly. Like I think we can agree on that. Like
yeah.
So other main points I'm trying to remember, but it's like shifting is something like that's like for all of us, I guess. It's like, and it includes like being calm, obviously, and like it's also like it's kind of helpful to get into like a meditative space where like you just feel calm and like connected. You don't have to like I'm trying to think of it, like you don't have to stress out about shifting. Like it's something that takes time. Well,
definitely.
Yeah, it pretty much just takes time. Like 3 years here, I still haven't shifted.
Me too.
Journey can be a really long journey, but just shifting is supposed to be comfortable for everybody.
It will be different for everyone.
Yeah, shifting is definitely different for everyone. What might work for someone might not work for you. What might work for you might not work for anyone. It's all different.
What is your favorite method? And if you don't have a method, that is perfectly fine. You don't need a method. You don't need a method to shift. You can shift perfectly well on your own. Like personally, I like methods, but that doesn't work for everybody.
A lot of methods are just so you can get into a calm and comfortable space. But if you can do that without a method, go for it.
I also think methods can definitely help ground yourself a little easier depending on the method. Um, but it is definitely not required to ground yourself. Some people stress themselves out by using methods, and that is definitely not helpful. So if it's more helpful not to use a method, then definitely don't.
Yeah, and I would say definitely some methods are there to help you. They don't always work, and they're not like the key to shifting. They're there to help you. Personally, I don't like any like methods that people make. I came up with my own. I'm like did my own research, went on my own journey, and it's what's gotten me the closest. And every time I try a new method that someone's made, there's always like a thing in the back of my mind that's like, go back to what you were doing. So I always go back to what's mine.
Yeah, the only method that has worked, which was the first time I mini shifted actually, as the one I like, and the only one that I really use if I use one, because I also have my own like method, which is on my TikTok. But I is the five senses method by which is on Spotify, because I think it's the best, like for me especially, because thinking about every aspect of being there and what you're going to sense is probably was the easiest way to like ground myself. I didn't ground myself obviously because I only mini shifted, but that's what got me there was the five senses method.
Yeah, I love the five senses method. It's like a good way to ground yourself and connect to your DDR and be like, oh yeah, I can feel this or smell this.
Yeah.
When it comes to like methods and stuff, also for like the methods are there as like a guide, but you also have to put in the work. So don't just think because you follow a method, you're just gonna be there. You have to make sure that you know that you want to go there. You have to be committed to it.
That's big. That's important.
And probably another method I love is the ADHD method
Yes.
because it like I fidget a lot and I know a lot of people other fidget. So like it also just helps me connect and it helps me like push myself forward.
Yeah. Those are the two that I always recommend, because when I'm shifting, I usually forget that I'm shifting while I'm trying to shift. So like even during the ADHD method, I will forget and like 5 minutes later come back and be like, oh yeah, I was listening to this, and I don't know where my mind was, but it was definitely not shifting. But it has helped me focus a little bit more, so that I recommend that one as well.
And now can be like a controversial shift talk question, I guess. Not really, but it's like, what are your views on old shift talk and new shift talk?
Yeah, I definitely, there's some things on old shift talk like 2020 that definitely should stay in the past, but like there's also some good things, like where you have to stay in starfish position, or you can't move, or you have to drink water, or you have to put your script under your pillow. Those are horrible. That ruined my journey, and that's what probably made me and a lot of other people still feel like we have to do it or we're not going to.
The shifting police. I was so scared of the shifting police. It was not okay.
It's just like a scare thing. And then
Yeah.
also, I wasn't on shift talk like that. Like I got like swayed away because like my TikTok disabled when I was in 2020. But I do hear a lot about and about it, and like I just like it was like a very toxic overall controlling type of like side of TikTok at the time. So yeah, if you hear anything about that, try not to follow it, please.
Yeah, like old shift talk definitely ruined the experience sometimes. Like it filled like not only my mind, but I know it filled other people's mind with a lot of negative things. it's like only one thing. It's kind of like some people are like, it was kind of like only the Raven method works. And obviously that's not just it. Like, yes, probably the furthest I got was like a combination of the Raven method and my own. But like it's just like it kind of just what was like worked for me. And you don't need the Raven method to shift, obviously. Like that, like even though I like to drink a lot of water, like you don't need to drink water. You don't need to have a clean room. You don't need to be like in a specific place. You don't have to like not move. Like you don't have to do all of those things to shift. It's just kind of like whether or not you want to shift.
Intention is the big thing.
Like when I use intention, I go throughout the whole day. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, first I'll do like I intend to like take a shower in an hour, and then I'll do that, and then I'll be like, oh, I intend to watch TV, and I'll do that, and that I found out really helps with like the shifting part, because then you know you're gonna do it because you did all the other things.
Yeah, moving away from methods and moving towards just like intending to do things like you were saying, like intending like I'm going to brush my hair and then doing it, or I'm going to go do my laundry and then doing it. That has helped me with shifting so much more than any method ever has.
So like what's some good advice for beginner shifter? I feel like we just covered some of that. Like especially with intention.
Yeah,
like
I would
intention,
also
intention. Like it's all about intention basically. And being ready, like not just being ready, like you don't have to be ready to shift. Like but you just like have to think about it in your own personal perspective. You can't like just rely on others. Like it has to be about you. Like shifting is your journey, not anybody else's. It's yours.
For that, when you start shifting, you might want to, well, this is something that really helped me. You might want to try and put your current reality of your life with at the same level as your DR. Like, make sure that there's, you know, you can't have everything like perfect because obviously nothing's perfect, but make sure that you don't try to like be like, I have to be there because it's like so much better, you know? Especially in like DRs that are like Stranger Things or they're like wars going or like literally Hogwarts, the war and stuff. Be prepared for that and put it on the same level when it comes to fears and expectations because nothing's perfect, but it's gonna be fun.
I have a quick little steering towards for new people, steering towards scripting real quick. One thing I just thought of off the top of my head, scripting trauma. It is 100% okay to script trauma, but understand that when you script trauma, you are going to feel that trauma. It is not something that you just avoid. You don't script it that it happens and it's cupcakes and rainbows because you will feel it. So if you're going to script that, be careful of it for sure and understand that you are going to feel it. Like it is your reality. It is still you. You're going to feel that.
Yeah, I was going to when I first started shifting in my Harry Potter DR, I did script that I was gonna become a Death Eater. Definitely, when I reread it about a year ago, I was like, nope, not gonna happen because that's trauma that will carry on here. Even if you script like, oh, I can't get traumatized or trauma doesn't affect me. It might not in your DR, but I can assure you, when you come back here, it 100% will. People's death, like also, I know this isn't really related, but like killing people there, that will also affect you. Like any will affect you. A pet dying in there, that will affect you here.
You're gonna remember it. Just know you're gonna remember it.
It's gonna stick with you. Trust me.
You're gonna feel it. Yeah.
But I guess off this topic, but like still advice, I'd recommend honestly getting off of shiftok, doing your own research, use reliable resources. That's what I did, and it changed my perspective on it. And honestly, made me believe more and like feel better about it and feel more like confident in myself about shifting.
That's good advice.
Mm-hmm. Very good advice. Do you use scripts, and what kind of scripts do you make?
Because that's a big beginner thing. Because everybody thinks that like scripts are like necessary and like every single detail is necessary, but it's not really. Because the more you detail it, the more you're going to be expecting it. Go
Scripting
ahead.
is not required. It is helpful. It's like methods. It's a guide. It can be great to have scripts, but you definitely don't need them. And like we were saying earlier, you don't need to put it under your pillow. You don't need to reread it every night, and you don't need it to be super detailed. There's a lot of templates that you can find that are
Mhm.
big detailed. You do not, if you're going to use a template, you don't have to fill it all out. Okay, so then I'm going to jump into the question real quick to add on to that. So I actually use a lot of things. First, I started with my notes and in my phone, and then moved to Google Doc, and then moved to Google Slides,
Mhm.
and then to Notion. You can script on whatever you want. Paper, a lot of people use.
Yeah.
And I personally have moved to Notion just because I think it's easier and it's more I can keep it more organized. Not easier. It's more organized when I put it in Notion, which not everyone likes. I love my Google Docs still. So yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, if you're a more creative person and like artsy, I'd recommend doing like a physical copy one. I used to do that because I had like a whole room of arts and crafts. Then I moved and I started using Google Docs, Google Slides. I had a whole slideshow, and then I moved to Notion. And Notion is just I find templates, but they're so organized. They're so pretty. People make really great ones, and yeah.
I have a very much like I'm the type of person to annotate my books. Like that's the type of person I am. So
Mhm.
I use Google Docs. Notion kind of confuses me if I'm gonna be completely honest, but I'm definitely willing to learn. But I am a book person completely all the way around, and I try to have like my journals to be like fun looking inside and out because then it just gives me motivation. But you do you.
Yeah, and on the like scripts topic, I think one of you said this, but they don't have to be like so detailed. One thing I regret is my first script. I had like 3, 4 pages just detailed, and now I don't even have like barely a 1 page detailed. Like I try to put the least amount of details in it because I want it to be like fun and not feel like forced.
First script in this book. When I first started scripting, it's literally 5 pages long. Like I have my entire schedule here, every single person I'm friends with. Bad.
I have a lot of detail in mine. I try not to make it too detailed. That's a lie. I make my scripts detailed. When it comes to scenarios, I try to leave that up to the reality because I want it to feel real. I don't want to feel like
Yeah.
I made it, you know. But so when I have a scenario, I just make it into a TikTok because that's the only way I'm gonna get by without like trying to put in my script. The only thing I do have scripted is how I wake up so that it like
Yeah.
you know when it's shifted. And then I have a couple other fun random ones that I want to make sure happen, you know.
Yeah, I think scripting like how you wake up is first very motivational, but also really helpful for you to like imagine and like visualize it.
Also, if you have a comfort character, like a roommate, like say in your Hogwarts tier, you have a roommate, or maybe you have your own room. That might be like a motivation or like a sign that you're there and you need to start grounding yourself. So, like in mine, I share a room with Pansy, like in my Hogwarts DR, like that was my first DR. So that's the only scenario I have written down is actually my like waking up.
But for scripts, I created my own like where I have all of my scripts linked in like a Notion. Yes, I have a lot of scripts. I'm aware. Not all of them are like filled out. Like I made my own.
Let me pull up mine real quick. You won't be able to see it, but
Yeah, it's okay.
so bad. You can't even. Okay, anyways, I have all of this into different categories, and then each
Mhm.
category has its own little
Yeah.
each category has its own info, and it has separate categories in each thing. Sorry, you can't see it. If you wanted to read it, my bad. But
It's like some of those scripts are private.
Yeah.
No.
There's scripting apps like the Lifa app. It's the one where, and I scripted my entire OBXDR on that because it was something that I found really easy and it was very interactive and it
Mhm.
got me motivation and I got really close to shifting to OPX because of that.
fun fact, I did not know that LIFO was an actual app. It would pop up in my what you should use when scripting, like things I recommend. And I was like, okay, like what? And then people would be like, LIFA app. I'm like, oh, scripting the LIFA app, you know? But I didn't know it was an actual app until about a month ago. And now
Yeah.
I really like it actually. But I did not know it was a real thing until just recently.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it came out recently. Like I always would look for it, and I think it came out I want to say 4 or 5 months ago.
I think it's a thought in a website and then they made an app and that's like
I'm
what's going on.
re-downloading it right now.
You can set the time, the date, your currency even
Mhm.
and everything. I think it's very helpful to just get you there.
Like something about scenarios that I saw that I remembered I had. So I have my teen fame DR, which I forgot is a very, very big thing of mine. Like my teen fame DR is my go-to. If there's somewhere I want to shift, it's either MCU or my teen fame or my parent DR. Those are my three, and Narnia. If I'm going anywhere, it's gonna be Narnia. I was watching the movies earlier with my cousin. She's 5, and I was like, we're watching Narnia. I'm gonna turn you into a Narnia person. Because Narnia literally looks exactly like shifting, and you can't change my mind. So I just had fun scenarios because I scripted in a stepmom because my friend is gonna be my stepmom, which is so weird to say, but because she's so in love with Chris Evans and he's my dad in my DR, and she wanted to be the stepmom, so I was like, okay, go ahead, whatever. But it's my stepmom takes me shopping and we outrun paparazzi while running back to the car laughing our heads off. That's just a scenario I scripted and that I just personally love. Those little moments, it's not detailed, it's just a little moment that I can't wait to experience.
Yeah. The most detailed I have, fun fact, is actually posted on my TikTok during this. But the most detailed one I have is in one of my DRs. In the rest of them, I let it kind of just happen. But in one of my DRs, one of my newer ones, I scripted the confession thing because I need to have it in the rain.
Yes.
So it's actually yeah, I just posted it. But that is probably the most detailed one I have. But I also have stupid, not stupid, oh my gosh. I also have small little things I script, oh, we do this during a Slytherin party for my Hogwarts DRs. Oh, there's a karaoke machine, so we do karaoke, fun little things like that I just add that are not super detailed. The most detailed one I have is the one I just made.
Yeah, it's just little things like that. And it's also little things I script that make me so happy. The little things one little thing I have, I accidentally posted a TikTok of me tripping and people edit it. I'm sorry. I just need that in my life, okay? As I'm eating marshmallows.
And I have goldfish over here and I've been trying not to eat them, but I'm really
No, I don't think anyone cares. I'm literally eating vegan gluten-free marshmallows right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that when it comes to scripting scenarios, I like scripting places. In my Hogwarts DR specifically, I scripted that at Hogsmeade there's bookstores and a dress store and a candle shop and stuff like that. And that makes me wanna and that creates the scenarios in my head that I know and I want to happen, and so then I could just write them down. But I feel like it's good to add in your extra your wants and needs because how am I gonna survive without books if I'm really bored?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm knowing me, I'm definitely gonna be scripting in my Percy Jackson books. Let's be so for real. I literally right there have my second Percy Jackson book sitting that I've actually been meaning to finish, along with books over here I'm referencing to your shirt, the It book. I literally have it on my shelf and I'm still waiting to read it. And just like I have like some books that I just like can't live without, that I just need to be scripted in. And like I'm scripting Taylor Swift in. No matter what, it's always gonna be Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift and Harry Styles. I was literally like fangirling over Harry Styles earlier because I love his songs. Little things, like scripting little things is just like something that gets me so excited. Like, and it doesn't even have to be detailed. Like it could just be like obviously a bookstore, a dress shop, a crystal shop even. Like that I feel like a lot of people love crystals.
I'm sitting here with like
So,
I got 4 different crystals.
mine are hanging up because mine are mostly necklaces. They're the things. Also, I was looking at my script because oh my god, look at that. And I see like little like objects I drew out, like rings and jewelry and stuff that I scripted out that people have gifted to me there. Because I feel like it's good to like imagine them and then just have those scenarios. So that's really my script.
Here's my crystals. I have 2 crystal bracelets.
This whole entire box is crystals. Like, and my dad is actually the one who bought me these.
Aww.
So like I just have a bunch of like crystals in here. My brother loves crystals, so he gives me some of his. Like I did this like crystal find, and this is one of the things I found. Like I just have my crystals in here, and I have a business card from Etsy. If anybody wants me to, I can put it on my TikTok. Like I can just share where I got all of them on my TikTok, along with the fact that I do have like a mini, and I'm out of breath. I have a mini like shifting journal that I actually was going to start taking notes in because I just feel like writing down is like something that's important to me.
So the next question is, which shift talkers can I trust?
Well, us.
Yeah, from
I hope.
well, obviously us. Like some I can obviously like on my TikTok I'll post like ones that like I feel like you can absolutely trust. Like Court, obviously, Lena, Alexa, this girl Mads. I will link her. Like it'll be like I'll make sure I post a TikTok with like all of the shift talkers I trust, even like little shift talkers. There's one, her name's Joe. She's like very kind of like down to earth. She's a part of this like multiverse group shift, and I'm just gonna say that whole entire group I trust.
I found her. Okay, the girl I was looking for. Tessa.
Yes.
Tessaverse. Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, there's so many shift talkers out there. Like another one that you can like trust is Liz.
Yeah.
But there's so many. I just can't think of like some off the top of my head. There's like so many.
Yeah.
So it depends on if you trust them.
Yeah.
A lot will come up on your For You page and stuff like that. Mostly, especially if you're on TikTok and TikTok. But you'll mostly find them there, and some will come up, and some you might vibe with, and some you might not.
Okay, so here's like another like not controversial thing, but it's what are symptoms? And like we all have different opinions on it. Like sometimes with some things, I don't believe that symptoms are real sometimes. Like it all depends on you and yourself. Like whether or not you believe they're real. I don't personally really believe they're real. And that might bring up like controversy. That might make you not like me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that might be rude to say, but it's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. I feel like you can definitely, there's like times where like, okay, I can feel that I was close. And there's a difference between that and guys, I can't even think of one. Guys, my body went numb. I don't I don't even know. Symptoms are definitely a lot of people get so excited to feel symptoms that they kind of like make them up, like not make them, like not fake it, but like the body will like feel what they want to feel. So if they want their feet to go numb, then their feet are gonna fall asleep. And it's not, so symptoms can work and can kind of help you tell, and sometimes you can feel it, but not all symptoms are like symptoms of shifting. Hate to break it to you.
Usually symptoms are like, from what I've researched and from what people who have told me who have shifted, symptoms are just your CR body falling asleep. You can totally shift without symptoms. I know so many people who have. I've mini shifted and gotten the closest without any symptoms. It's really, yeah. So if you ever feel like the flashing lights or anything, I'm sorry to break it to you, but like, if you just don't even try shift or go to bed normally, and you close your eyes and you're sitting there and that happens, or even if you close your eyes now and that happens, that's your brain trying to figure out and sense things to your body to see if you're still awake or not. And I hate science, and I like went on a big research and searched that out.
For me, I feel like maybe not symptom, but certain like mentalities on it were what like helping like well like also like when you finish up like hearing things and like maybe like a certain blanket or something that would be like a mini shifting. A lot of people say that's like a symptom, but that might not be a symptom. That might be like you just need to guide yourself and get there. But me personally, I feel like some symptoms that people say like the numbing and then the flashing lights really just your body, but other symptoms like maybe your body feels like just a tiny bit lighter because you're like comfortable and you're like getting there. That could also be one of them.
But what I was going to say about the symptoms, so it all depends, I guess, on intention. If you believe that if you feel something is getting closer to you, if you believe that and you are intending to, then it might work. Like, it probably will work. It just depends on intention. But usually symptoms have nothing to do with shifting.
And I just want to say before I forget, something else, like, just like if you ever want to talk to us, feel free to. Like, I know my DMs are open. I know Riley's. I know everyone has their DMs open. Like, we're always here to listen. Like, I have a link tree in my bio. It can lead you to my Instagram, which is my shifting Instagram. Like, I'm not putting my private one up yet because I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But you can add me on Snapchat and I will gladly talk to you. Like, I have no problem. I might start a Discord. Probably not, because I don't like it. Discord isn't my thing. It might be yours. It's not mine.
I have a whole Discord server, and I made like a video like saying, oh, I made a Discord server. Only like 3 people joined it. So I deleted the TikTok, but I do have one. So eventually I do want to start that back up. But
I don't know how to use Discord.
Yeah, neither do I. So that's why I don't use it.
It took me a while to get used to it, but yeah. My DMs are always open. I have a link tree with my Snap, my personal Instagram, where you could just message me. And I think I have it set where everyone can message me on TikTok.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna check mine.
Yeah, you could just honestly message through anything, or even comment and say, hey, can I like DM you and anything? And I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, also for like if you can't find any of our like socials, like if something just goes on, but you can find our podcast and you just want to talk to a certain one of us, let us know right there in the message, maybe that too.
I know we have a link. Like, if you want to be in like our group, like have a guest, we have a link in the Reality Runners podcast. Like on TikTok, you can go on there, you will see it, and you will obviously be posting like teasers or like little things. That's what I kind of just wanted to say. Like, if you want to be a guest, and obviously you can message us on the Reality Runners podcast TikTok. Like, that way all of us will see it. Like, just so you know, it's not just one of us who will see it, it's all of us. Like, we all have access to the account. But it's just kind of like we all have access. So like, if you want to talk to all of us, go ahead, feel free to. You either can talk to us privately or you can talk to us all together. And I feel like this is something random, but if you want to arrange a call with us, let us know. because like if you have something on the top of your mind and you really, really want to get it off your chest, just talk to us. Like we're here to talk. Like it doesn't even have to be about shifting. Like we're just here to talk. Like it doesn't really matter. We're here to support you guys and like not only and obviously follow you through your shifting journey. We're here to support you. We love you. Like we love you for you.
I agree. I also have a link tree in my TikTok. It leads to my Instagram. Right now I only have my Instagram, my TikTok, and a link to actually script yourself into one of my DRs if you want to. But I only have those 3, but I haven't been on my computer, so I haven't like been accessing it, but I will update that. So you'll have my Snapchat as well. You can also just message me and ask for my Snapchat, or I message a lot of people on TikTok on the daily as well. It doesn't matter where you message me. I'm comfortable with anyone messaging me, so feel free.
Like, even if you don't follow me, because I know some people don't have like a shifting account on TikTok and like don't want to follow shifters because like of personal reasons and like their own life. But text me. You don't even have to follow me if you don't want to. Just you can DM me on TikTok.
You don't have to follow us. I promise.
Yeah. Also, like we're gonna talk about this more later. But if you want to be a guest and you don't want to like just sign up, maybe you want to like ask a couple questions about it. DM us about that too.
We're not gonna throw you guys straight into the interview. It's not even an interview. Like we're not gonna throw you straight into the talk. I promise. We'll do a debriefing and like a call before. We're all super sweet people. I promise. We're not gonna judge.
Try to be.
We try to be. Yeah.
My inability to handle, or actually my inability to hold myself back when I see hate comments on other videos. Don't look at the comments I've commented on other videos, because if you're gonna comment, there's probably gonna be some like some not very nice comments, because I have an issue with people who hate on other TikToks, or like I don't like other fandoms. Like, I don't care if you don't like this person. Commenting about their looks, about their personality, anything, I can't. So there's gonna be some nice little, not hate comments, but like comeback comments in there. So maybe I'll look at those. But the rest of it's fine.
If you don't like someone or like their video or anything, you don't even need to interact with it. Just scroll or hit like not interested. Like, why have to comment it and ruin someone else's day?
Literally.
So we're not people who hate. Like, we're not people who are gonna judge you. Like, I promise this is a safe space. Like, no matter what, you can talk to us. Like, I was told I was intimidating at first. I kind of looked at my friend like, what? And it was because of a photo I posted a while ago. I looked like a mean girl. Look at me. I'm all happy and smiles with my glasses that make me look like a complete and utter nerd. It's okay. Like, my friend had a bunch of anti-shifters on her like post, and I just like I didn't really hold myself back. And like I know I should have, but like she's one of my closest friends, and I was not gonna let that happen.
Yeah, I won't either. If it's hate comments on my own videos, I usually try to like respond nice back, or I'll say something dumb. Like they'll be like, "What even is that?" And I'm like, "Okay, sorry, you guys." One time somebody asked like, "What even is that?" And I was like, "It's your mom." I'm gonna respond with the stupidest stuff ever, because I physically cannot handle, like, if you're gonna comment on my video, I usually hold myself back, and I'm either nice, or I say something like, they'll be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like just something, some no response kind of thing. But if it's somebody like any of these people, or any of the people watching this, actually any of you guys, I'm not holding back. I'm sorry.
I don't really like comment on other things because then I don't want to like throw myself into certain situations. But just the main rule when it comes to like things you don't like, please mind your business. I'm not trying to sound rude or anything, but do try and like just stay in your lane a little. And then like,
He's my little kitty. He's also Yeah, he's also in my he's in my DRs.
I scripted my dog into my DR, my corgi, because he's my baby.
I have two. They're too hectic to be scripted in. My dog tried to attack my other dog this morning. It was not fun because I'm trying to push her away from him. He's just chilling and mind his own business, and she's too hyperactive for him. I promised my dogs to get along. They love each other. She just likes to play. She was literally hiding in my closet the other day. She wouldn't harm a fly. My other dog, he's a different story.
So we have one more question. It's how did we find out about shifting?
Oh, there's so many answers to this. I have like two where Draco pushed me down the stairs and getting back, and then I saw the other one where it was like getting back from a 2-year like at Hogwarts and being super disoriented, and I was just like, huh. And then I just went into further research about it.
I actually don't remember the first video I ever saw. I saw something about shifting and I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Scrolled. And then the second video I saw was quartz. And so then I was like, okay, like this is popping up again. Might as well look at it. So I looked at her account and that's how I kind of got more into it. But then I just kept videos just kept popping up and kept popping up. And so there was like a bunch of accounts, which some of them are not very trustworthy now. So I'm only gonna give Court.
But Court is a main person.
I love her.
Yeah. Yes.
For me, I remember almost getting thrown into shiftok 2020, but I something happened to my TikTok and I was like off TikTok for a while, so it really helped me not get in there. But I remember around that time I started getting like little bubble messages where you'd be in a group chat with a bunch of characters, specifically Harry Potter characters, and like it'd be different conversations. They'd be interesting, and I would get those, but then like I got off of it, and then I really started being more open-minded to it and like thinking about doing it maybe like ends of last year, like maybe October era time. And then that's when like I really tried.
Yeah, the group messaging thing about the characters. That's what my account was first. Before it was shifting related, it was that, and that's where I grew my following count. Like everyone loved that. But I think I saw it wasn't the Draco pushing down the stairs. I don't even think it was Court. Like I saw Court later on, but what got me is there was this one girl, I don't remember her video. She talked about shifting to Hogwarts and I was like, okay, I want to get more into that. So I went on YouTube and searched it, and I found I think the same girl was on YouTube too, but I watched her. Then I saw Court when she first shifted. But I also saw a video of Draco railed me, and I was like, what?
Draco talked me in.
Right.
I'm telling you, this man. Okay, my question for you guys: how do you guys feel about being like someone someone that people look up to for shifting?
I would love it.
I was just thinking about this. My followers, it is my favorite thing. 2 people now, guys. 2 people. 1 person, no, 2 people, and then another person. 2 people asked if I would be their face claim, and I was like,
I saw that.
And then 1 person asked if they could script me into their DR. And when people tell me that I am their favorite shiftalker or that they want me in their DR or anything like that, guys, my heart melts. It makes it so happy. I cried.
I'm not big at all. Like I'm pretty sure I have like 25 followers because I have never ever posted anything until literally like this week about the boom chicka boom thing, and because I've always been very scared to like show my face because I was like scared people were gonna recognize me, but they're like blocked. So but Yeah, so, but if people could look up to me, I feel like that would be very, very fun. And it would be, I think it'd be overall just very wholesome.
Tears fall.
I did.
Okay, so one video I posted, it got a bunch of like anti-shifters and everything. A lot of my followers and people who didn't even follow me were like fighting back for me, and they were like, leave her alone, she's amazing. And then also I'll get some that's like, you're so pretty, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like,
You are.
I'll get that, and I'm like,
You
oh my
are.
god, like this one person, she was just saying how I'm so pretty and she wished she was me. I was like, no, I'm gonna cry. Like, that makes my day.
Those
Yeah.
comments are literally, sorry, make me cry too, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it'll be some random person. But like, I saw your account 2 days ago, and you were like, you're so pretty. Like, I had to tell you, and I was like,
But like when you find out you're like saved to the like their pretty girl collection or something like that, it just like it makes my heart go woo 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 woo. Like I just like I get so happy when people like ask me like the littlest things. Like it just truly makes my day. As I'm laying here in bed at almost 11 o'clock at night, as my computer just froze, so I missed that entire conversation. I literally, if honestly, it
You
might
know,
pop
it
up.
works
Your
for me.
internet connection is unstable. It might pop up on the screen.
guys, my TikTok just asked if we would make a collab video on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
So,
Um.
well, we're making a collab video now. Does that count?
Go follow us on TikTok.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey, so we had technical difficulties. As you could see, it like randomly stopped, so we weren't able to film an outro. I know this episode, it was our first, so it was like very chaotic. The next episode will be a lot more organized and just better. The quality will be a little bit better. You know, we definitely learned some things, so we know things to fix. See you next episode.